barrier-breaking former Secretary of State, as well as Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff during wartime, has died of complications from COVID-19. He was 84 years old. His family confirmed the news in a statement on Facebook, saying they have lost, quote, a remarkable and loving husband, father, grandfather, and great American.
The Powell family says he was fully vaccinated. They thanked the staff at Walter Reed National Medical Center for their caring treatment. Powell served in multiple Republican administrations, shaping American foreign policy over the last 20 years, while also marking a number of firsts. CNN's Wolf Blitzer honors his lifetime of service.
I will never not be a soldier.
Colin Powell, a soldier turned statesman, made history on many fronts. The first African-American and youngest chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and later, the first African-American Secretary of State.
So I've always felt strongly that you should try to solve conflicts in this world through negotiations, through diplomacy. Anytime we can solve a problem that way and not use force and satisfy our objectives, let's push for that.
Powell grew up in the Bronx, New York. His parents emigrated from Jamaica. By his own admission, he was not an outstanding student.
It's been amusing over the years to have people come up to me and say, well, General Powell, you're chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. When did you graduate from West Point? Couldn't have gotten in.
He enrolled in the City College of New York. Geology was his major, but the ROTC became his passion. Powell flourished as a cadet, and after graduating, excelled as a soldier. He served 2 tours in Vietnam before earning a prestigious fellowship working for the Office of Management and Budget during the Nixon era in 1972. Afterwards, Powell returned to his troops, eventually becoming a general, and went back to the White House in 1987 as President Reagan's National Security Advisor. Then, in 1989, the general became the highest-ranking officer in the U.S. military when President George H.W. Bush named him chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Our strategy to go after this army is very, very simple. First, we're going to cut it off, and then we're going to kill it. How long have you been here? You've been here the whole time?
Powell became a household name during the first Gulf War. His policy of overwhelming force against Iraq became known as the Powell Doctrine.
I express my sincere thanks to each and every one of you for being here to share my final day in uniform.
After a distinguished 35-year career, Powell retired from the Army in 1993. 10 years later, the United States would become involved in another Gulf War, and Powell again played a key role.
My colleagues, every statement I make today is backed up by sources, solid sources. These are not assertions. What we're giving you are facts and conclusions based on solid intelligence.
Then Secretary of State Powell made a case in front of the UN Security Council, arguing that Iraq posed a grave threat to the world because, he said, they had weapons of mass destruction.
They made him the fall guy. Slovakia. Goddamn.
The following month, the U.S. invasion began. The war lasted more than 8 years. No weapons of mass destruction ever turned up.
I regret it now because the information was wrong.
Invasion began. The war lasted more than 8 years. No weapons of mass destruction ever turned up.
I regret it now because the information was wrong.
After 4 years as President George W. Bush's Secretary of State, Powell returned to private life. He spent his civilian years empowering youth through his projects, America's Promise Alliance and the Colin Powell School for Civic and Global Leadership.
We're going to go and educate the kids who are most in need. And when
All right. Hey, first and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, all honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakwadash. Double honors be to the elders of the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elders and Akim that is pushing this word with truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Now, many of you brothers, sisters may know this just in that retired General Colin Powell has passed away due to complications of the schmack. All right. Now, his family said he was fully schmacked. All right. And he he succumbed to the complications due to cancer and also of, the thing. All right. So they voiced this man as an hero, as a trailblazer, him being the so-called first black man. Let's get another picture. Yeah, let's get this guy, man. A real coon. All right. So he was a trailblazer. He becoming the first Secretary of State. All right, and well, I believe 2001 to 5, I believe. And then after that, who came after was another coon nigger woman by the name of Condoleezza Rice. All right. And like he said, he was facing heavy scrutiny during the invasion of Iraq because he was the top guy. And they said, of course, he said they had weapons of mass destruction. So him being, well, it's the same thing because you Jakes always want to be in these high positions with Esau, which he's the goddamn devil. And then once something goes down, goes south, y'all going to be the fall guys, man. All right. And y'all going to look stupid. But anyways, like I said, you Jakes that want to call this man, which he was nothing but a house nigga, and if he served slavery, he's a house nigga, man. He's light skinned, he has a vernacular, he can talk. He has a very high position, or he had a high position in the United States military, which he served as the top general of the Army. All right. And let's go ahead and get some another picture of him in his uniform. All right. Like I said, man, hey, you Jakes, man, the Most High is visiting you Israelites, man. And let's go and get this. All right. Got it queued up even in the article form, but I figured I'd just do it as the video. So you got a picture of him, man. All right. So we got young Colin Powell, man. All right. You see he got his uniform, his dress uniform. All right. He got his Ranger tab, which that's a very, very hard school to complete. All right. He had his combat infantryman badge. All right. 2 tours in Vietnam. He has a distinguished service medal, soldier's medal, airborne. He's air assault. So he's your so-called damn, I'm losing my words. He's the forefront of the military, so to speak, man. He's decorated, and also he's a nigga. So he had to so-called go through all types of hoops to be in these positions, which means, i.e., cooning. All right. I don't know what happened to my screen, but anyways, we got scriptures lined up. So you man, at that high level, you really had to do some things, man. I mean, I'm not saying going about as far as what you do in Hollywood. You just had to do a lot of ass kissing, man. Because in those days, man, it was tough, man. Him being bugging out. Yeah, you had to do a lot of ass kissing, man, because he wasn't liked, of course, because his skin or his nationality. But anyways, let's go into, because they said a lot, man. They said a lot of his legacy. Obviously, his legacy was pretty astounding on this world, so to speak. There he is. It's a so-called good career. He had a real good career. He served over 47 years of service he gave into the so-called white man. All right. He's given 47 years, if I did the math correctly, from 1953 to 2005. He served 47 years in the military, between the military and politics, man. This nigga spent well over his life, man, serving a goddamn white man. So let's give Matthews, man. And like I said, the Most High is visiting Jake, man. Especially you Jakes that want to get on board. You Jakes that trust in the so-called white man for everything, any and everything. and you think that you received something. This is, damn, did I lose it? All right, let's go to Matthew's. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Hey, so you pretty much laid up you had your whole career, man. You like, man, every day wakes up thinking about putting on that uniform to serve the white man. You know, he got his uniform all glammed up. And hey, all your shit, all your treasures, man, is moth eaten, man. It's vanity, you know. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven. See, the things that we're looking forward to is not Esau's heaven, man. We're looking for the kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's what we laying up our treasures for, man. All right. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. So when we get in that kingdom, there ain't gonna be nothing that's gonna destroy our kingdom or ourselves. All right, we're gonna have them incorruptible bodies, man. All right, we're not gonna have the so-called white man calling us nigga behind his back, or we have to work for the white man. Hell no. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. There it is, man. So our hearts is laying up, our mind, our spirit is leaning towards being saved and going through our own kingdom, not Esau's corruptible, abominable, wicked kingdom, which you served for over 45 years, man. And I ain't gonna, you know, I bet a good dollar that you're gonna be more scrutinized than so-called looked upon as a hero, because you're a nigga. They might bring 2003 back up, man, about the weapons of mass destructions. They might bring all that up because you got a lot of blood on your hands, my man. You was a top guy for a long time. Meaning you the Gulf War, coming up, all these operations, man. They said you was involved in over 28 crises. I believe it's 25 or 28 crises, as I was reading the article. You got a lot of blood on your hands, my man. You put a lot of Israelites to death too. You know, but you know, now you're sitting up, you know, in the spirit world, and you're humbled now, you know. Let's go to Luke 6, because they talk about all this stuff about his legacy. That shit's some bullshit, man. This is Luke chapter 6, verse 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for you have received your consolation. And you have received your consolation on this side, man. You know, you got your so-called legacy. You got your highest position you probably ever wanted to attain. And it's all for nothing, all for nothing pretty much, man. It's all for nothing. It's all vanity, because what it says, and I'm going to wrap this up real quick. You know, I just found out that he passed on, you know, and he was, like I said, he's a so-called trailblazer. Him and that nigga woman Condoleezza Rice, man, for making that position, that high position in America. And America's politics, man. Even making a high position in the army, the United States Army, man. So he received this consolation here on this side, man. All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So your call of duty is not to serve the so-called white man for 47 years. Now, granted, there are the hopeful elect in the military, all right? Throughout, there are men, but we're not laying our treasures up to serve the white man, all right? There's going to be a time where a lot of men that believes in this thing, they're going to get scrutinized. They're going to get kicked out for not receiving that said schmack that you received. So it's going down, man. It's coming down. It's going down, man. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. The Israelite man, if you're in your right state of mind, is to fear the Lord and keep his commandments, man. But that wasn't your duty. Your duty was to serve the so-called white man for 40 plus years in wickedness, man. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment, and every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. And my man, you done a lot of evil things, man, because you was in that, you headed a lot of these organizations, all right? The surge of the invasion of Iraq, which that was a total bullshit job, man. And you probably know that now, man. Well, when you was coming up in age. Anyways, like I said, you can see his jacket, his uniform. You know, he's a 4-star Ranger tab. He got honors. He got airborne air assault. His infantry badge. So he's put in work to be in where he was. All right, but let's go see what the scriptures say about being a soldier, a real soldier, man. All right, not Esau soldier. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, man. So you got to be a soldier of Yahweh Shai, not a soldier of Esau. When you put 47 years to devoting yourself to well, I can keep reading. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. Well, my man, you weren't chosen, I guess. You was chosen to serve Esau for over 40 plus years. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned except he strive lawfully. And your masteries wasn't diving into the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, wasn't studying the scriptures. Your masteries was trying to be a great strategic military officer, all right, to make it to Esau's top levels in the military and in politics. That was your masteries. So you fought hard for that position, all right, to where the hopeful elect, we're going to fight hard to be of the hopeful elect, to even hopefully make it, you know. But there was just a quick another video. This just in. I didn't even know that that he passed on. I just seen it on YouTube, and I figured I'd do a video on it, man. Because, like I said, you Jakes, y'all really love the fact that he was the first to do this, the first to do that. You Jakes, man, you niggas love this bullshit, false narrative that he was. Man, he was just a coon. That's all it was. That's all it was. And now he's in the spirit world where he's humble and he's at peace now, you know. So I'm gonna wrap it up, giving all praise, all honor, glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kakadash. Double honors be to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elders and Akim that is pushing his word with truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopeful elect, while Baba Ball, death to Esau, death to the heathen, death to the 2/3, death to the United States Armed Forces. Shalom to the hopeful elect.